Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. The second night. We returned to the house with the book. It was pouring rain, each drop beating on the rusted tin roof like a funeral drum. This time, there was no laughter, no carefree excitement of the day before. Instead, we were all haunted by what we had heard and seen, shadows passing by mirrors, heavy footsteps, and whispers that pierced our brains. But the more we feared, the more we were driven by sinful curiosity. When I opened the book, I realized something. The lines that had been blurred yesterday were now clearer. It was as if the book itself had come to life, gradually revealing to us what it wanted. On the yellowed pages, there was a new spell, accompanied by distorted drawings of people with elongated faces, grinning from ear to ear. Just below the pictures was a warning in shaky letters. Never read this aloud. Do not write it down. Whoever does it will no longer be himself. A deadly silence fell, but that silence did not last long. My friend named Khai, the most stubborn guy in the group, laughed coldly, thinking that this was just part of the book's effect to scare us. Before our weak objection, he took out his chalk and started to redraw those characters on the floor. The squiggly lines appeared, each time becoming strangely brighter, as if glowing from within the bricks. I tried to stop him, but at that moment, Khai had already started reading. His voice gradually changed, distorted, deep as if coming from a deep hole in the ground. The flashlight in my hand suddenly went out, leaving only the flickering candlelight. The four walls shook as if breathing. The air was so heavy that my lungs felt like they were being suffocated. Then it happened. The characters Khai had just written suddenly turned into a dark red liquid, blood. They spread out, writhing on the floor like snakes, forming sentences that I did not dare to read. I screamed, rushing to pull Khai out of the circle, but an invisible force held him back. Kai's eyes rolled back, the whites of his eyes covered, his mouth still muttering the incantation. The sound echoed throughout the house, no longer the sound of rain, no longer the sound of wind, but a terrifying chorus, the voices of men, women, children mixed together like ghosts singing a requiem. I trembled, feeling every hair on my body stand on end. Then Khai fell. The room fell silent. The words written in blood gradually disappeared, leaving the wet tile floor a strong, fishy smell. We hugged each other. No one dared to say a word. But the horror had not stopped. When I turned around, the book was opened to a new page, and on it clearly appeared the words in Vietnamese, as if written just for us. One has been chosen. One has been lost. The rest will witness. I quickly slammed the book shut, throwing it into the corner of the room. But as soon as the book hit the ground, the pages flew open, and the wind blew from somewhere, turning them. Handwritten lines in red ink appeared, sentence by sentence, word by word, as if someone invisible was writing them. I heard a whisper right behind my neck, "You will not escape." I turned around, only to see the darkness so thick that it swallowed the candlelight. In that moment, I swear, I saw a face leaning in close, pale with a cracked mouth, eyes as black as a pit. The group panicked and ran outside, but when I stepped through the door, I realized that the house was still there, but the surrounding scenery was different. It was not the drizzling rain, not the familiar village, but an endless void, as black as a pit. The house was as lonely as an island in the endless darkness. Khai disappeared. There were only 3 of us left, and the book was still there, waiting for us to continue reading. I know the worst is yet to begin. Continued in episode 3, Home Alone.